You know, I just always thought deep down that this show was going to give us 6 seasons. I don't know what, but it's just something special about 6 seasons of a show. You know what I'm saying? Way to hit us with the bang at the very end of the episode, Issa. Because for a minute there, it was touch and go. It's like, it's too early to be hitting us with filler episodes. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Insecure season 5, the final season. This is it. Like, y'all really taking the show. I can't say taking, because you know we want Issa to be great and all that good stuff, but it's like, damn, we don't get much. But this is episode 1, Reunited. Okay. Before I get into what I noticed in this episode and where I feel like we are with our characters, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things reminisce. Whole bunch of reminiscing all up into this episode. I reminisce. Hopefully subscribe to see more of me. Let's get into this episode. The very beginning of this episode signal change. Like, there's a change on the horizon. Some shit is about to switch up and pop off. We in the final season, y'all. Now, for the most part, we stay in Los Angeles for the show. You know, we go on little trips in there. You know, we go because we go with them. But for the most part, every single episode, we're always following Issa, following Molly in Issa's apartment, in Molly's apartment, in, you know, their workspace. We're so different here opening up. We don't open up with any of that. Not only do we open up in San Francisco, you know, they're alumni, they're going for their 10-year reunion, whole change of scenery. We open up with Kelly and Tiffany, giving a reflection on how they feel about their friendship or lack thereof. We still have our ladies, you know, kind of waddling in what happened last season with their relationship as far as Andrew and Lawrence and their friendship. Also get the main relationship, their friendship, what is going on with them, and when are things going to go back to normal between the 4 of us. Getting into Stanford, we have even more separation between Molly and Issa. Unlike Kelly and Tiffany, they are arriving separately, but still, you know, are in that same mind frame to show up in the Stanford sweatshirt. Now we get into everybody, you know, collecting their name tags. They're starting to reminisce, speak to old friends, and we have Issa, who is all too excited about the block and her speaking on a panel about, you know, being the CEO, being an owner. But we see, you know, how disconnected she is from it because she can't even remember what the block stands for. You know, Black, Latino, college. Like, what? I don't know. I should write it on my hand. Like, she doesn't even know. We get very much into Issa being lost here, and I'm just like, oh, what we not gonna do is close out season 5 with Issa being old Issa. But I feel like we got some saving grace towards the end. Now, even though we have Issa, you know, a little bit confused as far as, you know, where she is career-wise, getting into Molly, we have had multiple seasons of, you know, this is a new Molly, this is a new this. No, this is fucking new Molly. Molly's whole aura this episode is totally different. She's so peaceful, so serene, going with the flow, saying how she feels, like she's on a whole different plane. And it's just like, look at Molly, look at this growth. Like, Molly has had growth on her part. And unlike Issa, especially in the beginning of the episode, she is really trying to cut down on that tension. She's trying to, you know, pick at Issa's brain. Let's see where we are. Like, girl, let me walk with you. Like, what's going on? She is really concerned about their friendship and trying to get that back. As we have Issa, like, Issa is just like, it just didn't seem like she was too concerned at first. While we have all of that going on, we get into goddamn Kelly. Everybody's got their name tags except for Kelly. Kelly is having a whole complex this episode because she is being mourned. She's been, memorialized, and it's just like, oh, Kelly's dead. Like, what the fuck? I'm dead? Like, I'm dead. And everybody kind of takes it as a joke. Now, since we are reminiscing and got those college days going on, it's only right that we get into some Bay music. What's my favorite word? Bitch. Why you gotta say it like short? Bitch. We have to get in there. Can't hang with the big dog. Stay on the porch. Blow the whistle. Hey. Had to get hypey a little bit in the episode. But while we have, didn't Tiffany look cute in her little AK color? She looked adorable. Anyway. We get into an old friend there. Looks like an old dancer, ratchet ass friend. Someone who didn't graduate, this, that, and the third. And she's the life of the party. She's there, shaking ass, all of the other good stuff. Like, it's just a whole, once again, reminiscent moment. And we use those moments to kind of, have Issa and Molly come back together. But I love that friend being there to just show the significance of what Molly and Issa really mean to each other, because everybody, from college, everybody's not meant to be a long-term, forever in your life as friend. And this loose ass, shaky fast ass friend is the prime example of, that's the friend that we keep over there. That's the friend that I'm willing to let go and lose. Not Molly. That's when we get into more growth on Molly's part. We got a whole man in Molly's face. Y'all know how Molly used to act behind a whole fucking man, an available man at that. Like, you have this old, college friend, once fuck buddy, just like, maybe we can pick up where we left off. Let's get to know each other. We're grown now. Like, let's hang out. I'm interested. I'm divorced and I'm interested. And Molly is just not pressed. Like, it is amazing to see. Like, I'm trying to see Molly this season. I am trying to see Molly. We get into goddamn Kelly. Kelly and that goddamn, she had the best stanky leg and always carried a purse. That shit took me out. Kelly is just over it. Like, I want to be remembered for something. Does, me being here, my personality, me being your friend, me being in your life for all this time, does it really mean anything if all I can be remembered for is having a person having a stanky leg? Like, I'm taking this shit serious. Like, don't do that. Don't do me like that. But we're with her because Kelly has been, the butt of the jokes, the laughing, the riot every single episode. We look forward to Kelly and her jokes and all the other good stuff. But I do know and I do remember a lot of us requesting a lot more depth and a lot more time with Kelly's character. And for us to get deep and see past those jokes, I think we might get some of that this season. Now, directly after that, we get into Issa with, let me see them teeth. Hey, let me see them teeth. Hey, show me how you eat. Show me how you eat. Issa having those epic conversations with her reflection. Don't you just love those moments? And we are going to miss them. But unlike, the past, this is a young Issa. Issa really reflecting on who she was and where she is now. And you have this reflection asking her, constant questions. Where are we career? Are we a lawyer? How's the body? How's Molly? Are we married to T-Pain yet? It's just like, no. And you can tell, from the conversation that it's just like Issa feeling inadequate about where she is in life. And it's very reminiscent, this episode of We Got Y'all. And I'm just like, no. Issa has made so much progress. So just to see her even a little bit just kind of fall back into, I'm, this old, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, I don't have any control. Yes, I have this, company, but I still have to do this, just to make ends meet. Just to see so much self-doubt in her, though it is, really natural and, who doesn't have it? But just to see it here in Issa, it was just like, oh, Issa. No, baby, you good, you're doing good. Then we get into the panel. We get, into this panel, all these, young companies, CEOs, everybody has their shit on decks, have their answers going. You get all this, crowd participation, like, oh, yes, we are fucking with your answer. People telling you about their startup and just about their company and their growth. And then we get to Issa and it's just like, well, I don't know, black, what does block stand for again? Like, it's just, she is just so indecisive and just really, for whatever reason, now at this moment is not really believing in what she's doing. It's just like, when did this happen? We left off last season with, the block party and her really just feeling like, accomplished. It took so much. We went on that whole journey last season with her getting that block party together. So now it's just like, what we not gonna do? We not gonna do this, Issa. You're doing really good, Issa. Leave it the fuck alone, Issa. Now, after we leave the panel and we have Issa just like, I fucked that shit up, and she's having, all this self-doubt, we get into Molly and her friend Radar, like that bestie Radar. I can see my friend needs me. Let me, distance myself from the group and go spend time with her. Molly is really trying here. And for the latter, like, Issa was low-key, like, not full-blown ignoring her, but it was just like, damn. And you know that there's been so much growth on Molly's part, because if Molly, Molly loves attention. She likes, for you to be into her, listen to her. Like, girl, are you like, if Issa would have been pulling this shit, third, fourth season, Molly would have just like blown the fuck up. Like, bitch, are you even listening to me? Like, no, you see how dedicated Molly is to fixing their friendship, and it's just like, girl, you did good up there, girl. I'm proud of you. Like, look how far you've come. And it's just like, yeah, well, not really. Well, I didn't give the best answers. It's just like, constant, self-doubt, and Issa putting herself down, and Molly just going, you're doing great. I'm taking notes from you. And props to Molly this goddamn episode. Like, I did not expect this much growth on Molly's part in this episode. I was like, normally we have to wait for that shit. I was like, look at Molly, episode 1. It was the Molly for me. Now, after we leave Molly not being pressed, like, dude is blowing up my phone. After Andrew, I just want to take a break and focus on myself. Keywords, focus on myself. How long? I know I was waiting. How long were we watching Molly and just waiting for Molly to just not be focused on, having a man or lack thereof, and just focus on loving herself? It was good to see. And not only loving herself, but being there for Issa, being that friend. You continue, Issa's just like, well, I'm like, girl, no. And she's really prying, like, are we gonna be okay? And it's just like, oh, you talking about the world or us? Girl, she's talking about y'all. Like, don't do this, Issa. Don't do this. But it's just still, that awkward tension, and it's just like they're just not connecting. Up until, we get ready to go to this little throwback little club with our loose friend, our wild friend, our throwback friend. And we decide, after we go in on Kelly, like, oh, poor Kelly, we're just not taking Kelly serious. Kelly's like, is this all I mean? Like, but it's like, oh, yeah, bitch, ha ha ha. Like, no, like, I want to be remembered for something. There's such a factor of, growth and age here. Like, it's important. We get into this goddamn, like, now, this episode was not boring, for, lack of a better word. It just really felt really slow paced at times and felt kind of fillery to me. It might have just been me, but I was just, kind of waiting for something. We get so many, little side conversations, jokes, pictures of scenery. I'm like, girl, we only get 30 minutes. Like, let's get to the gusto. Like, what's going on? We spent so much time, with the friendship and the dynamic just kind of being a little fake, and nobody really acknowledging what happened last season. And I'm just like, oh my God, are we gonna have to spend 3 of these episodes getting them back to the way that they used to be? No, we are not. We have, that goddamn stick up in front of the goddamn liquor store, and him, oh, bitch, you stop screaming, put your purse, like, oh gosh, fucking dying. Oh Lord Jesus, why? Goddamn Charlotte, bitch, you don't say my name. Stacy, don't say my name, nigga. And it's just like, yeah, I need y'all to come up off that shit. Like, wow, it's not personal. Everybody getting robbed. For that to be, the deal breaker to break the tension in their friendship was so Molly and Issa. They are so, ride or die, down for each other, and always in some shit. And they have, the weirdest, wildest moments. And that was just something for them to just really break the tension, to go like, bitch, you was scared, huh? I was scared too. Freaking amazing. I love it. And I love that we got that bond and that open level of communication between them in this first episode already. We ain't got time to be wasting on other episodes to get there. Thank you, Issa. Now, before I forget, more than ever, we got a lot with Tiffany and her husband. We got a lot of Tiffany's husband this episode. You know, he's there often, but he doesn't really say too much. Most of the time when we have his encounters, it's, you know, him speaking with Lawrence and situations like that. But it was a lot of, you know, him professing his love for Tiffany. And we also have that moment where, you know, Tiffany says, you know, he didn't find the name on the tree. He carved one. I'm gonna let him have it because he's had a tough year. They always seem to have something going on in their marriage. They always have incomplete shit in the seasons with Tiffany. And it's just like, what is going on? It's like stuff that goes unexplained. Hopefully, you know, everything is complete. But we had some moments with Tiffany and her husband. And we also have, you know, that closeout, giving Tiffany her nice little eulogy while her ass, a whole wake situation, while her ass was awake sitting there. And she's all emotional. It's like, yes, this is the proper send-off. This is, you know, what I want to hear. I need to know that you guys care about me as your friend. Like, I'm here and I'm going to stay here. But bitches, let me know that you love me. I am kind. I am smart. I am important. We love you, Kelly. And then after that, we, you know, have that walkout and somebody call Issa and Molly ma'am. You know, when you get your first ma'am, don't it be, it's like, damn, I'm a ma'am now? Yes, girl, we ma'am status. And you just really see them just really be okay. And you have Issa finally say out of her mouth, I don't want to focus on the past or any of that. I just want to move forward. And Molly's like, you know, I'm on the same shit you want. I want to move forward too. And hopefully that means, you know, moving forward within the relationship and things being positive. But you know, Issa and that whole, they'll shake some shit up in a second. So I'm not even going to go and, you know, feel like they're going to end up, you know, with a happy bow on their friendship. We just really don't know at this point. There's just so much growth that has to happen. Speaking of goddamn growth, they wait all the way to the end of the episode to punch us in the face with Lawrence. I was like, y'all know when some seasons they will make a nigga wait to see Lawrence. Like, now Lawrence is by far not my favorite person, but Lawrence is always, you know, really essential to the story, to the plot, but they would like throw him in last minute and then we got to deal with shit and deal with that. No, we got Lawrence the very first episode and immediately it's quiet. It's tension. We don't see that same gleam in, you know, Issa's eyes that she had last season, you know, when they reconnected and, you know, it's you make me feel happy. All of that shit is gone. We are clearly still dealing with the aftermath of Condola being pregnant. You know, he's picking her up from the airport. They're embracing, but there's tension. There's silent. You know, them silent car rides ain't my shit. There's, you know, a silent car ride. And it's just like little, you know, sprinkles of, you know, I don't think they okay. But, you know, maybe next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, they do not make us wait. It's just like, yeah, Lawrence, I had some time to think about it. You know, it's like, you know, should I come in? Like, no, you probably shouldn't. Now, what all she had to think about, we're going to assume that it's, you know, Condola in the situation. It's just like, yeah, this is not something that I care to deal with. It might be something else, but it did really look like, yeah, Lawrence, I ain't fucking with that. I ain't fucking with that, and I ain't fucking with you. It's like, wow. Episode 1. Well, you guys, that was my review for Insecure episode 1, Reunited. Okay, I am very much so looking forward to the season. I think we're going to see, you know, a lot of change in our characters. I'm just looking forward to how they're going to close the characters we love off. These people are so important, have been very important to, you know, us for the past, you know, years. It's just like, how are we going to wrap up in this one season what I thought at least we're going to take us, you know, 2 more seasons to get. Like, it's going to be interesting. But drop down and tell me, you know, what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know if I forgot anything. You know, let's get that conversation going. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.